So it looks like Kanye is definitely the real deal, and he's not just making this shit up to sell records and just trying to manipulate people. Well, that's my perspective, anyways. I know a lot of people are saying that he's doing this simply to sell records, which is stupid, right? And makes no sense. Like maybe if he does like a complete 180 in the next week and says like, "See, I trolled all you Trump supporters. Ha 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 ha." Right? If he does something like that, and maybe, I guess. But if he doesn't, this is only going to be bad for him in terms of record sales. Like people are comparing Candace Owens and Kanye West for what they have to go through. But that's a horrible comparison because Candace Owens was absolutely nobody with nothing. And the things that she's saying can only help her, can only make her more popular and get her more fame. But the stuff that Kanye is saying can only hurt him with his base, with the demographics that actually buy and listen to his albums, right? if liberals are telling us they think a bunch of country listening conservatives in the South are going to be buying Kanye West albums, or Kanye West thinks that he can get them to buy their albums, like they're idiots and they think that we're stupid too, right? Because that is the most ridiculous answer to his recent behavior, and they're just trying to come to terms with it because for years they're like, "Oh no, Kanye," people on the right were saying, "Oh, he's crazy, he's saying insane stuff," and then people on the left be like, "No, he's a genius, you're just this, you're just a hater, yada yada yada." And then now that he's saying things they disagree with, he's insane. Like, you should look at the articles being written about him. Every second one is he's lost his rocker, he is crazy, or he is now like supporting the alt-right and he's supporting white supremacy. Right? And it's completely insane. It's like the Dems, this party, or this time around for the election, they have legitimately convinced half of America that Trump is Hitler, that he wants to kill black people, that his policies are actively hurting black people, which they are not. There's actually the crime rate in America is actually down. The unemployment rate is down. There's less people in jail than there was in 2016. So, this is all imaginary bullshit that they throw in dumb people's faces who do not pay attention to politics, who don't know what's going on, and then they hope that they buy it and they believe it, which a lot of them do. But now Kanye doing what he's doing is going to have an effect. Now, I'm not saying all these black people are going to be Republicans and stuff like that. That's probably not going to happen. Maybe some will move over. But what will most likely happen is that a percentage of people will no longer vote for Democrats at all. They'll just be independent. So that is almost just as good for Republicans, right? To just have a huge swath not voting. And that will be better for people than continuing to vote for the Democrats, because people are under the impression that the Democrats for people of color are the lesser of two evils. And they're like, "Oh, well, they actually give us stuff, and these people don't do anything for us." It's like, you want people to do nothing for you. Like, this is what a lot of people need to understand. You don't want people doing things for you, because that's when you get dependent, that's when you get complacent, and that's when shit goes wrong. So it's better. We shouldn't be asking, what can this party do for me? What can this party do for me? You should be asking, will this party stay out of my life, or will this party stay out of my life? Because that is what is going to make all of our lives better, regardless of whether you're white or you're black or you're Asian. It's if the government will stay out of our fucking life. And you're having people like John Legend contact him, tweeting him or messaging him on Twitter, being like, "Hey, it's JL. I hope you'll reconsider aligning yourself with Trump. You're way too powerful and influential to endorse who he is and what he stands for." So, like, for what he stands for, what does he stand for? Killing black people? Like, come on, man. This is stupid bullshit. And as you know, what you say really means something to your fans. They are loyal to you and respect your opinion. So many people who love you feel so betrayed right now because they know the harm that Trump policies cause. Like, well, what fucking harm? Especially to people of color. Don't let this be part of your legacy. You're the greatest artist of our generation. So very manipulative language, but Kanye West is clearly smarter than that, and he picked up on this language, and he's tweeting a lot about it too, about people who call themselves fans. And I've had this happen to me before. Like, hey, I really like your content, but I think you should do this, and that. It's just a subtle way of manipulating you and being like, hey, you're gonna lose me as a fan. I had one guy tell me, he's like, oh, I was gonna donate to you on Patreon, but then you said this. It's like, go fuck yourself. As soon as I hear somebody say that, that's when I get hostile. I'm like, go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. But this is Kanye's response. I love you, John, and I appreciate your thoughts. So he's very respectful. You bringing up my fans or my legacy is a tactic based on fear used to manipulate my free thought. And that's so awesome. I love that he said that, because that is hitting the nail on the head. And not only that is, like I don't know if I mentioned this before, but he's retweeting Scott Adams. And if you're retweeting Scott Adams and you're watching his shit, that is a very good sign. He's even watching Jordan Peterson, or somebody had put something and they showed that like that was in one of his tabs. So yeah, this is fucking awesome, and this is gonna make liberals lose their mind, and I love watching it. But that's all I pretty much had to say. If you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. See ya.